Spoilers ahead. Watch out, and take care. The movie begins with Shelby, a former drug addict, who confronts a dealer, ultimately taking his life. Sheriff Mike, also dealing with loss from his son's substance use, becomes intertwined. Shelby's motivation stems from losing his fiancé, Ruby, to an overdose, setting off a path of vengeance against the town's drug trade. He had promised Ruby a better life, planning to replace her plastic ring with a diamond. Ruby, surprisingly, had wanted to break free from drugs after Shelby's proposal, wishing for a clean life together. Mike, haunted by memories of his son, wrestled with guilt and the town's rampant drug problem, leading him to tell Shelby to leave town. However, Ruby struggled more than Shelby in staying clean, battling the physical and mental torment of withdrawal. Despite this, she found solace in Shelby's arms, whose co-worker warned him of the town's overdose epidemic, urging him to leave. Unlike him, she fought to stay sober, needing a gentle push to reclaim her old self. Delving into the struggles of addiction, resilience, and the difficult path to recovery for both of them. Amidst the trials and tribulations, it is the way we confront and endure these struggles that truly defines us. Ruby, determined to get money for drugs, expressed her desperation to Shelby. However, she also shared her aspiration to attend St. Baptist Church for recovery and sobriety. In an effort to make a fresh start and show his commitment to Ruby, he ventured into a pawn shop, aiming to purchase a diamond ring for her. He promised himself to return with the means to buy the ring. On his way out, he encountered Elvis, his former drug dealer, who tried to slip drugs into his pockets. Resolute in his determination to stay clean, he refused Elvis's offer, asserting his clear-headedness. Elvis, however, threatened to approach Ruby, prompting Shelby to offer him money to stay away from his fiancée. As weeks passed, they gradually found solace in each other's company, embarking on a journey of recovery together. Ruby even secured a job at a local thrift store, eager to contribute to their shared future. Meanwhile, Sheriff Mike crossed paths with Elvis, who suggested taking on additional side hustle jobs. Mike, aware of Elvis's dubious intentions, warned him to steer clear of trouble. The couple's relationship continued to strengthen, culminating in a visit to Ruby's sister to celebrate her son Connor's 9th birthday. Amidst the festivities, Ruby's sister dropped a bombshell: Ruby and Shelby were engaged and planning to marry soon. This revelation stirred a mix of emotions within the family. However, the news of their impending marriage is met with disapproval from Ruby's mother, Greta. She expressed her discontent over not being consulted about the proposal, and demanded that Shelby vowed to keep her daughter safe at all costs. Despite initial resistance, Greta eventually came around to support their union. Adding to the occasion, Shelby's sister generously offered her wedding dress as a gift to Ruby, further cementing the sense of familial acceptance. Everything was falling into place for them, as they basked in their happiness. In a significant step towards her own spiritual renewal, Ruby confided in Shelby that she had spoken to Pastor Paul about undergoing baptism again, signaling her commitment to a fresh start and a life free from the clutches of addiction. However, their newfound bliss was threatened when Elvis, reluctant to lose his clients, approached Shelby. Despite Shelby's insistence to stay away, Elvis's deceitful tactics came to light when he falsely accused Shelby of drug use to Ruby, and left her with drugs, solely driven by profit. Tragedy struck when Shelby discovered Ruby's lifeless body, succumbed to an overdose. In a desperate bid to honor her wishes, Shelby brings her body to Pastor Paul for baptism, fulfilling her desire to be cleansed in the river. Fueled by grief and a sense of righteous anger, Shelby resolves to seek justice for his beloved's untimely demise. Sheriff Mike, who shared a personal connection with both of them, understands the depth of Shelby's pain and his determination to avenge her death. Recognizing that he will stop at nothing to bring those responsible to justice, Mike braces himself for the inevitable confrontation. The investigation leads Shelby to his own cousin, Elvis. Seeking answers, Shelby confronts Elvis's supplier, Darius, and learns of his whereabouts at a hotel in Columbus. Determined to confront the man responsible for his wife's demise, Shelby embarks on a relentless pursuit of justice. His quest leads him to a chaotic party at the hotel, where he confronts a man named Kenny, in search of information about the trade. Through his inquiries, Shelby discovers a man named Skeeter is selling drugs from room 1507. As Shelby storms into the room, posing as Kenny, he confronts Skeeter and reveals to Darius that he's responsible for Elvis's demise, warning Darius of a similar fate if he doesn't comply with his demands. Despite Darius's initial attempts to placate the situation with a $10,000 offer, he is forced to reveal Coyote's whereabouts, under the threat of a gun. Darius divulges Coyote resides in a sprawling house in Quentin County. Exiting the hotel room, Shelby finds himself pursued by Sheriff Mike, who arrives at the scene of the confrontation. Learning from Skeeter that Shelby has extracted Coyote's location, Mike realizes the gravity of the situation, and races to Quentin County, determined to assist Shelby before his thirst for vengeance spirals out of control. Seeing echoes of his own son in Shelby's justice, Mike is driven by a desire to prevent another tragic loss. Arriving at Coyote's stronghold, Shelby is met with a fortified compound and armed guards. Witnessing Coyote's brutality firsthand as he ruthlessly dispatches a man, he realizes the magnitude of the challenge ahead. Cornering several guards, he employs grenades to create a diversion, allowing him to infiltrate the compound undetected. Meanwhile, Mike speeds towards Quentin County, aware of the need to support Shelby against overwhelming odds. As the gunfight erupts at the compound, Shelby finds himself face to face with Coyote. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, he refuses to back down, determined to bring justice. In a tense standoff, Shelby manages to gain the upper hand, overpowering Coyote and ending the reign of terror. As the dust settles and the echoes of gunfire fade, Sheriff Mike arrives, relieved to find him alive and victorious. Though the battle may be won, the scars of loss and the weight of their actions weigh heavily on both men, contemplating the cost of their pursuit of justice. Seized phone of Coyote uncovers a shocking revelation: the mastermind behind the entire drug operation sits atop the hierarchy. Mike pleads with Shelby to let go of his thirst for vengeance, imploring him to understand that killing Coyote, or any other individual, will not bring Ruby back. Promising to bring the true perpetrators to justice through lawful means, Mike seeks to steer him away from the path of further bloodshed. However, their confrontation is interrupted when one of Coyote's men launches a sudden attack. In the chaos that ensues, Coyote is fatally shot by Mike, the moment bittersweet. Meanwhile, Shelby follows the trail of the clandestine organization responsible for orchestrating the drug trade. His investigation leads him to Peter, Ruby's brother-in-law, who was also a respected member of the church congregation. It is revealed that Peter had been assisting Ruby in her battle against addiction, now devastated by her tragic passing. A fierce confrontation erupts between Shelby and Peter, fueled by grief, anger, and a quest for retribution. In a harrowing climax, Shelby confronts Peter with the same syringe he had found beside Ruby's lifeless body. The final fatal act of justice is carried out as Shelby ends Peter's life. Haunted by the ghosts of his past and the weight of his actions, Shelby walks into the river. Seeking redemption and closure, he undergoes baptism, a symbolic gesture of cleansing and rebirth. Yet, the wounds of the past prove too deep to heal completely. In a heartbreaking yet strangely serene moment, he succumbs to his wounds, finally reuniting with his beloved in death. The waters of the river bear witness to the end of a tumultuous journey, leaving us with the haunting echoes of his journey, a cautionary tale of the destructive power of addiction, the complexities of grief, and the lengths one will go to in the name of love and justice. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. Turn on the notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out.